Welcome to No Frontiers from the ends of the earth. I'm about to embark on a journey around the 7th continent, the Antarctic, but more about that in a minute. Also in tonight's programme, Dermot Gavin fulfills a childhood dream of his own, visiting Kyoto and Mount Fuji. And the McGaley family from Dundalk revealed a short break that you voted in at number 8 in our countdown. As usual, we'll have our competition question at the end of the programme, so stay tuned for that. But first, follow me to the bottom of the planet. 2.5 days travelling and I finally made it. I've been awake for 36 hours, it's snowing, it's freezing, I can't feel my feet and I don't care because I am so excited. I've made it to the very tip of South America. Down there is the most southerly town on the planet, Ushuaia. You can't go any further south unless you get on a boat and go to the Antarctic. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Ushuaia was always regarded as a god-forsaken place, and though it's quite touristy now, it was originally established as a convict colony. And it really does feel like a frontier town, the type of hardy outpost that attracts all sorts of strange and interesting people. Wayward sailors, fishermen, and people who just want to say they've been to the ends of the earth. But for me, it's my last chance to pick up some essential provisions. Ever since learning about Ernest Shackleton, the great Irish explorer, I've always wanted to come to the Antarctic. Even reading about it, I could sense the allure of such a beautiful but dangerous and inhospitable place. And I can't believe I'm about to follow in his footsteps. Hello.
Hello, welcome on board, Miss Thomas.
Thank you. Well, maybe my journey won't be quite as inhospitable. 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's fab. God, it's much bigger than I thought. This is actually one of the superior cabins, and it'll be my home for the next 11 days.
Cabins on the 3rd and 4th floors below me are not quite as spacious, but they are less expensive, and many people do opt to share.
So I've just waved goodbye to civilization, and I really feel like I'm heading into the unknown. You know, there's 75 of us on board. I haven't really met everybody yet. I'm probably the youngest, one of the youngest on board. And, you know, relationships are going to develop and I'm looking forward to making some new friends. Another thing to keep in mind is there's no mobile coverage, there's no internet. They do have a satellite phone for emergencies, but I feel great about that I'm actually uncontactable. It makes it seem like more of an adventure.
Up in the bar, it's going to be whale identification.
Oh my God, whale identification.
Could you join me please up there if you want to know how to get the grips with some of these big boys.
This boat has not stopped rolling all night. And they tell me I'm supposed to find my sea legs today. Oh, I don't even know if I can find my way to the bathroom.
I suspect that next to finding my sea legs, getting used to being woken by intercom announcements would be the most challenging thing about this trip. It takes an average of 2 days to cross the Drake Passage to the Antarctic, and there are loads of lectures and talks on board to pass the time. And they also help to keep your mind off your stomach.
It's all a bit hidey-high for me.
So you're looking for a blow, a big jet, a big puff of vapour coming from the whale.
Take your camera and very carefully hold it up against one of the items.
You can learn about everything from digital photography to the expeditions of the great explorers who've come before you. Along with a 24-hour bar, there's a sauna on board and a library telling you everything you could possibly want to know about where you're going.
But she's cold inside. She wants to be light.
The bridge is open regularly to passengers, and it's here that you really get the best views.
Oh, I just saw him. My first whale.
The other side of the world. The other side of the world.
It is actually really difficult to spot them because the troughs are so big.
Of the world to me.
For those who are able for them, meals are served up 3 times a day in the large dining room. It's a relaxed communal setup which makes it really easy to get to know your fellow passengers. But no lectures, talks or photographs can really prepare you for your first view of the Antarctic in all its splendour. For me, it has all the wonder and amazement of an early childhood Christmas morning, and just like I couldn't wait to get up my presents, I couldn't wait to get up and get out into the middle of it. Everything in the Antarctic is weather dependent, and today we are really lucky. Conditions are perfect.
Amazing. I can't get over the colours.
I'd seen pictures of icebergs before in brochures and actually thought they were photoshopped. They looked that incredible.
Incredible. It's like a nice sculpture park.
After a delightful meeting with some of the native wildlife, we were off to visit a number of blow-ins on the nearby Galentas Island.
This is the Vernadsky Research Station owned by the Ukrainians. There are 13 scientists living here who've been here for 15 months. As you can imagine, they do enjoy getting visitors, and apparently they do a mean local brew.
The men here spend most of their time researching global changes in atmosphere and climate, and are well known for their research into holes in the ozone layer.
Now, there's one I didn't think I was ever going to get.
Now, even though I do feel sorry for these gentlemen who go most of the year without female company, I don't feel sorry enough to leave my bra behind the bar. And anyway, I'm not that type of girl. I don't think I could compete with the last lady who was here.
I cannot believe I've just been having a barbecue with icebergs floating past. It is just crazy. And although I was worried that people are older than me, everyone on board is great fun and really does have a sense of adventure. The journey over I did find arduous, but I have to say, as soon as I saw the landscape, it made it so worth it. And I'm really looking forward to the next part of my adventure. It's just hard to believe that it's bedtime.
Air France fly from Dublin to Buenos Aires return from €785 per person. You can then fly from Buenos Aires to Ushuaia with Trailfinders from €340 per person. Trailfinders are offering a 10-night journey with Peregrine Adventures based on 2 people sharing. This includes transfers, all meals, lectures and onshore excursions from €4,888 per person. Kayaking is extra at €465 per person, so you'd want to be fond of a paddle. For more information on the ship and onboard activities, contact Peregrine Adventures directly. Their website is peregrineadventures.co.uk. Well, that's it for part 1, but stay watching because Dermot Gavin visits a place very close to his heart, and we reveal number 8 in our short break countdown. Last week, Dermot Gavin soaked up the madness of Tokyo. This week, he's seeing a more traditional side of Japan in Kyoto and on Mount Fuji.
I've escaped Tokyo and I've come to the mountains in Hakone, just a few hours from the city. I'm hoping to catch a glimpse of Japan's most famous landmark and icon, Mount Fuji. The volcanic activity has ravaged the mountainside below. You can see why the locals call it Hell Valley. And this is what I'd been hoping to see. There's a saying in Japan that the mountain can be quite shy, and he is being today. But luckily, there's lots of other great things around here to see. Very dramatic with the steam rising through these mountains here, and it's coming from the water which emerges from the earth at 150 degrees centigrade and smells of rotten eggs because they're sulfur pools. And in these sulfur pools you'll find a strange local delicacy. The eggs have been cooked in the sulfur pools and therefore so black. If I eat this, I'll get 7 years extra of my life. And because I've had to do this 3 times because I kept getting it wrong, 21 years. This lake used to be a volcanic crater itself, and now, of course, it's a big tourist attraction, complete with plastic pirate ships. I'm now crossing Lake Ashi, and it is incredibly beautiful, really gorgeous, but strangely familiar. It's almost like being in Killarney. I'm leaving this part of Japan now, and I'm going to a place that I've wanted to visit all my life. Japan's ancient capital and cultural center, Kyoto. Here you'll find the finest Japanese gardens in the world, so it's almost like a pilgrimage for me. It also has an incredible 1,600 temples. This one is called Kiyomizu. The translation of Kiyomizu is pure water, and the ritual here is that you wash your hands before you go in the temple and your mat to purify yourself. It's a wonderful place. It's majestic but not overawing. Great to see it full of tourists who are, school children and visitors laughing and joking. And yet occasionally they'll stop by a shrine and they'll bow and they'll light some incense. So there's little areas for devotion. The feeling is very relaxed, and I'm enjoying myself hugely.
Diamond.
I've come to this quite formal restaurant to experience kaiseki, which is the local cuisine based on the tea ceremony. So I've no idea what to expect, slightly intimidated. It tastes lethal, very strong, is it?
Yes. This is a fish. It's like an eel.
This is why I go hungry in Japan, because I have to use chopsticks. And this is?
This is the sea eel.
You're big on fish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win this one. Eating this way is about the taste and really thinking about the taste of food. It's not about eating lots and lots. It's the experience of well prepared. And this is radish with sauce.
Yes.
Oops.
With miso.
Everybody turn around and don't look at me. It's very embarrassing. This type of traditional dining experience is about actually meditation and perfection. Everything here has been beautiful. An amazing experience. When I was a kid, aged about 15, I got into the whole notion of Japanese gardens. I became fascinated by them. And this garden here, I'd see it in pictures, in books, everywhere, and I became intrigued by it. It was created by a gardener artist over 500 years ago. It's in the Ronji Temple in Kyoto, and it's the ultimate in Japanese rock gardening. It's very simple. There's 15 rocks arranged to represent the natural landscape in a sea of gravel in a courtyard. And the idea is to dwell on the different elements, but then you get lost within that and your mind seems to fly around the garden. There are 15 stones, but from any angle you only ever see 14. And all these years later, 25 years later, it's extraordinary to be here. If you're in Japan, a visit to Kyoto is quite simply a must. It's a fantastic place. It's summed up, I think, in the people. They're patient, they're cultured. And all this comes out in their culture, in their food, in their architecture, and in their gardens. I've had an amazing time here. I've only been here for a few days, but I know I'll be back.
Discover Holidays by Can America are offering a package to Japan. This includes 4 nights in Tokyo, 1 night in Mount Fuji's Hakone, 4 nights in Kyoto, all with guided tours from €1,969. For flight-only information, Aer Lingus fly from Dublin to London or Paris from €20. From there, Japan Airlines fly via London and Paris to Tokyo and Osaka from €754. The Lake Ashi sightseeing boat cruise is from €7. For more information on what was featured tonight or travelling to Japan in general, contact the National Tourist Organisation. This week, our Short Breaks countdown is at number 8, and you voted a short break at home in Ireland. The McGailey family experience a cruise on the Shannon Erne Waterway.
We're here on the Shannon Erne Waterway for a short break, and we're going to try and explore all the places of interest along the way for a bit of crack.
Every day you crawl into the night, a fallen angel with your wings set alight.
Welcome to the River Still. I'll just go through the checklist with you here.
The induction is a very informative process. They're very conscious of maintenance on the boat, including the engine, showing you how to drive the barge.
And that's reverse the stop.
And they bring you through the entire process of how you get right through a lock.
Finished our training now, Balnamore, open seas, away we go.
Going along on the barge, when you're looking at it from side to side, the scenery is beautiful. The weather has been great, so it has helped tremendously.
Just arrived at one of the locks and we're going to attempt to go through it this time on our own.
People stand in line, the premonition now.
You put the water in there.
You have to be hands-on and you can't really take your eye off anything. You have to just be on the ball.
We're now in and the lock is filling with water, so to bring us to the same level as the next part of the canal.
These barges are relatively hard to steer, particularly with a lot of oncoming traffic.
It's just difficult to get used to. Very difficult. You're going the opposite way for everything.
We're dead in the water.
Down here is the accommodation in the barge, so come and have a look at it. This is the kitchen area here with the full-size cooker and full oven and grill. I cooked today some bread rolls on it, and it's perfect. You've got cutlery, dishes, everything you need.
This is the dining area, and it turns into a double bed.
And if you come this way, there's a single bed here, and through here is another double bed with a vanity sink as well. Tonight's our first night sleeping on the water, and it all looks very comfortable, and we're looking forward to it.
It was very important to get off the barge for the kids' sake. What we're going to do this afternoon is we're going to get you out on these kayaks. They're called sit-on kayaks. So it swivels like that. We had a great induction into how to use the kayaks, the safety features, and how to operate a kayak from the guys in the Adventure Centre.
Just going to grab a boat and get out of the water and see how we get on.
It's great to be able to moor up the barge and get off and do different activities. And we're going up very rugged countryside to see Finn McCool's rock.
This rock has got untold powers. Finn McCool's fingerprints to this day are in the top of the rock.
This is the place to be on the boat because you get the sunshine, you have nothing in your way, and it's very relaxing and there's a great air of serenity.
In terms of a short break at home, coming down the Shannon-Erne waterway on a barge was a great experience.
So, how much will a barging holiday in Ireland cost you? Well, Riversdale Barge Holidays have a 4-person barge from €360 for a weekend break, or €450 for 8 people. A canoeing session will cost you €25, and for other activities, contact Loch Allen Adventure. For any more information, contact Northwest Tourism. Their website is irelandnorthwest.ie.
Well, that's all from me tonight, but join me next week where I'll be continuing my adventure across the Antarctic before heading off to Egypt to warm up on a package holiday at the resort of El Gouna. And we'll be revealing the short break that you guys voted in at number 7 in our countdown. Stay tuned because here comes our competition question, which could see you being whisked away to the sun, and I'll see you all at the same time next week. Fancy a trip to Egypt, boys?
Budget Travel is offering one lucky viewer the chance to win a 1-week holiday in Portugal for 2 people. To enter, simply answer this question. What is the highest mountain in Japan called? Call 1515 71 71 15 or text a holiday followed by your answer to 57111. And don't forget to tune in next week to see if you're the lucky winner.